I've answered this before, but it's definitely something worth answering again because every one of us are going to struggle with this at some point. So there's two kind of questions here. So first, how to animate fast, and then how to animate without reference. They're somewhat connected, but also separate. So first of all, how to animate fast. The best way to animate fast is to not try to be fast. The moment that you try to speed up and hurry up is where you're going to start making mistakes. And in the long run, it's going to slow you down. So if you're rushing, it's like, okay, I got to animate. Let's just skip the planning. I'll just skip the reference and jump right into animation. You're going to run into mistakes. You're not going to know how to animate something correctly. And that's going to take time to fix. It's going to take time to correct. You might have gone in the wrong direction. You've just wasted a bunch of time. So same thing with animation. Like, okay, it's going, I need to work faster. I'll skip the blocking and just go right into polish or splining or something. That's not going to help you. What you want to do is take your time. Make sure you hit all the steps, because if you do it right the first time, you're not going to have to redo a bunch of things. Now, the thing that makes you faster, and it takes time, there's no like magic cheat for this. The thing that will make you faster is understanding why you're doing something. Understanding why are the hips moving the way they're moving? Why is the chest moving the way that it's doing? By understanding those things, you will just be able to put it in and make it work. Understanding how the graph editor should look, how curves, how do I get a sense of weight, and what do I need to do to get that sense of weight? So taking your time to understand every single animation that you do will make you much faster in the long run and much more consistent in the long run. And it does take time. It sucks at the beginning, I will admit. But that's the best thing to do. And this kind of what the demos that I've been showing this last couple of weeks have been is I'm redoing all the class 1 assignments, which when you're a student takes like a week or 2 or maybe even 3 to finish. And I'm finishing them in like an hour or 2. And technically, if I was to animate it without explaining it, I could probably finish in like 10 minutes. So it's about understanding. When you understand something, it's easy to put in. So that's the first part, to animate faster. Another kind of aside to that is also understanding how workflows can help you. So when you're not fighting Maya, and fighting Maya could be a technical side of things like constraints, or like I was showing the spin demo earlier. If you're not dealing with gimbal lock, well, you're going to work a lot faster without that. But it's also knowing which workflow is going to help speed you up in that situation. So for example, if I'm doing an acting shot, a lot of times I'm going to do a pose to pose workflow because I really want these strong, powerful poses in my character. But if I'm doing a creature shot, especially a quadruped, a pose to pose workflow is going to be super slow and just require a lot of undo, redo, because there's so many moving parts. You've got the front legs that have to contact. You have the back legs that have to contact. The up and downs of the chest and the hips. You've got the tail. You've got the head. You've got all of this stuff. Trying to do pose to pose, most of the time is going to be nightmarish. So using a layered method in that case could be way faster and allow you to just quickly get the feel of your shot in there. And there you go. Just to add in the details after. So those all go hand in hand in making your workflow faster, but it really comes down to understanding why you're doing it, not just hoping for the best. And again, that takes time. Now, the second thing for your question is, how do I animate without reference? And honestly, the biggest thing that I would usually recommend for most people is don't be afraid of reference. Reference is something that we don't always need. It's a really nice tool because it allows you to try ideas out before committing to anything. So even on a really cartoony shot, I might shoot some reference. Now, the exact reference that I shoot might not be me going through the shots. It could be, that's most of the time what you're going to do. So let's actually build up to the cartoony shots. So for a regular shot, ideally I would shoot a reference of myself or of a friend or someone else if I can't shoot it myself. And I would just go through the scene. It might not be perfect, but it'll give me ideas and I can quickly find the best idea much faster than going through and animating right away. But what if you have a creature shot? I can't shoot reference for a creature shot. I'm not a cat. I'm not a dog. I'm not a dragon. But I can still act it out. And I've done that before. And I've shown it on one stream once where you just pretend and you just get your timing in. So you pretend to be a cat, walk through the scene, walk through, and you just fake it. And it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to look at the body mechanics of it, but you get your acting, you get your timing, you get the feeling of it. So if I'm a big giant dragon, and then and look around and fire, it's just that. And I'm just trying to visualize and create the timing of my shot, the feeling that I want. And then from there, I can speed it up, slow it down. And is it exact reference? No, but I've got all of my timing done, ready to go. Now I can just animate the body mechanics over top of all of that. Cartoony shots, same thing. You don't have to animate every single perfect cartoony thing because that would break most of our bones if we did, but you can act the parts in between. And for the fast cartoony things, you can even just record your voice. So a lot of times I'll just do sound effects where a character will and then like do things like that. And I can get the timing of my shot just through the voice and imagining what's happening in my scene. It would take me a minute or two to record a few takes of that, but now I have my timing and I'm ready to go. So in terms of avoiding reference, the first thing is don't be afraid of reference. Now, with that said, what happens if we do have to animate without reference? For whatever reason, it's a cartoony shot. We don't have reference of it. It's a creature shot. We don't have reference of it. It's a dragon. We can't shoot a reference of a dragon. Or maybe it's just an acting shot and I just can't get the acting in what I want, but I know what I can see it. But how do I put it on the screen without having to shoot something for it? Once again, that comes from understanding. Being able to animate without reference comes from understanding what the mechanics are and how to achieve those. So understanding, for example, a weight shift. How does that work? Understanding how does a character walk? Understanding how to get something feeling heavy. Understanding what a blink should look like and what lip sync should look like. All of these things, when you understand the rules behind them, you can then make conscious choices to follow or break those rules to get a specific feeling in your shot. Really understanding like the bouncing ball. Many of you have heard me say everything is a bouncing ball because it really is. And we're going to see that in the vanilla walk here in just a little bit. It's going to be really understanding how to take a motion and get that feeling that you want in there at its simplest level, and then building on top of that. So that kind of ties back into how do you animate faster? You have to understand what you're doing. How do you animate without reference? You have to understand what you're doing. And in cartoony motion, it's not that you're understanding the physical correctness, the body mechanics, because in cartoony motion, it's cartoony. There are no body mechanics a lot of time, but it's understanding how can you achieve that. And you would do that by studying other cartoons, doing master studies. How do other people capture that speed of, let's say a character is doing this and they move their hand, but it's going to happen in 2 frames. How are you going to do that? Do a master study? You're going to know where to put your spacing. And yes, dang it, the coffee links are not working. Do I have it here? I need it's coffee link. Someone needs to post it on the Discord. Why don't I have it bookmarked? I'm using the wrong browser. That's why I don't have it bookmarked. Dang it. So before I go on a hunt for that, I hope that answers your question. I know it's not like a quick, easy solution, unfortunately. There is no quick, easy solution to animate faster and to animate without reference. It comes with time. But the more you animate and the more you think through what you're animating, don't just animate with your mind turned off. This goes for everyone. What we don't want to do is just turn off our brain and just click buttons and then, oh, that turned out pretty well. I wonder how I did it. You want to think through, why am I doing this? How is that affecting my animation? How can I make that happen again later? If you start thinking through your animations, you're going to become faster in the long run.